Well, first of all, Gary Vee is a brother of mine, incredible guy. Like, well, one thing I have to say, because I see a lot of influencers on platforms where you see them on camera, that's one person. But in case of Gary Vee, what you see on camera is the real Gary Vee. There is no duality or multiplicity with that, So, which is great, and you want that. There's authenticity in his message as well as himself. It's interesting the way we met. He had started VaynerMedia with his brother and four of his brother's friends. Basically, that was six people. VaynerMedia was six people back in I think it was 2011, 2012, something like that.
Mhm.
It was just before around that time frame. So it just so happens that I had started up a company also, and I was looking for space, and both of us happened to be at the same co-working space. This is way before WeWork, so co-working spaces were not a thing. And in that
Yeah.
facility, even then, I have had a huge track record of growing businesses. And at that time, Vitamin Shop and Perry Alice and Tommy Hilfiger and so many other brand names. And I had a track record. So I was like one of the veterans in that co-working space. And just so happens, I did not know who Gary Vee was. So, and it was beginning of his career at that time. So it just so happens that where he had his co-working office, my office was next to it. So we were like coincidence, I don't know, serendipity, whatever you want to call it, right? And then his folks were figuring out. This was very beginning of intermedia. They were figuring out social events and how you can take in-person things and turn it into social media type events. And I became one of the content for them because they would reach out to me and say, "Hey, could you be part of this thing we're trying to do?" Yeah, sure, why not? I have time. Let me do that with you, with no expectation. Is something that for me it's always. This is one of the reasons I get to speak at Harvard Business School and Queens College. I've taught there for 2 years, just as because I'm an alumni also. And I've helped
Yeah.
mentor a lot of students at Baruch, NYU, Cornell Tech, so many places like that, right? And I like giving back to even our young generation so that they have the right footing. So I gave that back. Had a great relationship with them. There was no commercial relationship. It was just like for me, it was just give back and be part of their thing.